10 यूनिट सोल्ड करनी है आज, ठीक है गाइस।
Today, we are happily unveiling Rise by Athlon. Rise by Athlon is not just a residential building, it's offering you a themed, unique buildings featuring and offering your customers bespoke amenities that goes around fitness, health, and well-being. Please join me in welcoming Karim Al-Tahir and Ayman Gabir, Senior Vice President from Development Team and Design Team.
Rise by Athlon is the first community in Dubai, if not in the world, that is designed to cater to movement, basically embedding movement and active lifestyle into everyday living. As you well know, Athlon are all located, all three projects are of ALDAR, they're located in Dubai land. Active living is an ethos that we live by, and we've designed and we're building this property and this development to reflect those ethos. We're going to take you through the ethos of Athlon and Rise by Athlon as well. Before handing over to Ayman, who will take you through the project, I would want to ask you all to focus on 4 main items today. Please focus on those because very important. Number 1, location. Where is the location of Rise? And when I mean location, I don't mean your usual 30 minutes away from the airport. No, that's not the location we're going to show you today. I want you to see what is in walking distance, what is in proximity to Rise by Athlon. Control what's happening within the plot, and that's it. That's not the case here. Today, Rise by Athlon is designed, managed, invested by ALDAR. We will develop the entire community, meaning that your purchasers, your buyers, will not own an apartment in Rise. They will own an apartment in Athlon, the entire community. They will have access to everything that Athlon provides. And lastly, and very importantly, the one before last, is the amenities. We all know apartments have gyms, apartments have multi-user spaces, but they're rarely used. Most people who live in apartments, they actually have a gym membership outside of those apartments. They go on the weekend to other kids' play area. They go to another spa. They never use those. But if you look at hospitality and hotels, you definitely use those. Whenever you're traveling abroad, when people are coming to Dubai, whenever they use the hotels, they use the gym in the hotel, they use the kids' play area in the hotel, they use the spa in the hotel. Why is that? Hospitality offering, hospitality-grade amenities is very important. Today, we're going to show you how we are offering hospitality-grade amenities. A gym that will be used by all its residences. Residences in Rise will not need to have a membership outside of that gym. And fourth and last is space. People, and we've seen in Dubai, have moved out from downtown, from the city and into the suburbs because of the space, because of the size of the rooms, because of the size of their apartments, because it's boxy. You can barely fit a queen-size bed inside. That's not the case that we're going to show you today. Our sizes are huge, humongous. You can fit more than a king-size bed and more. So we're going to show you today a really well-designed and crafted layout. And without further ado, Ayman, you can take everyone through.
Thank you, Karim. All right, how are you guys today? Can I hear a shout? All right, guys. So for those of you who don't know Athlon, I'll just do a quick recap of the active design principles that we live by in ALDAR. It's not just an ethos, but it's something that is well integrated into the fabric of the community. Whether it's Athlon, whether it was Haven or Wilds, it all follows the same ethos, same principles, but that movement is part of your daily life. It's not just something that is an added value, but it's something that is well weaved into the community and creates a well-being for all of our residents. That was about. So we had 3 design principles: active, connected, community. And I think it speaks for itself when you think about Athlon and what it was. So at the heart of Athlon, we had the central park, which is the beating heart of the community. And we had all the palpitations and the pulses that creates all those linear parks all across. Each one of those linear parks is not just a park, but it's a space where you can escape to. Literally come out of from your backyard, we have a garden outside. It's not just a backyard, but your alley is not an alley. It's a linear park, it's a lung, it's a breathable space. A lot of the communities that you see all around is just, you go, you have a single family unit, but for us, it's an experience that we really catered for our residents, whether it's being a single family, that we perfected in our 3 master plans that are gladly sold out, and now we're looking at the multi-family when it comes to Rise by Athlon. It's located at the upper right corner of the community, which is the pulsating heart of the community. If you remember what I was talking about earlier, you have the palpitation, the pulses, you have a lot of experiences that I will walk you through in a minute. So, welcome to Rise by Athlon. So, considering that you have literally 2 minutes away, you have the retail, you have access to the Juma Mosque, and across from you is the signature clubhouse of Athlon, which is the beating heart of the community, which all of the main activities happening across the master plan. Considering the orientation of the buildings, it's something that we study day and night for quite some time to make sure that every unit gets an amazing view. So all the units, as you can see, are oriented towards Athlon. And all of the units on the other side, you have a view of acres. Some of them are oriented into Athlon Master Plan, and the rest are looking over Global Village. And you see the beautiful skyline of Dubai in the background. And the way it was curated, it gives you the sense of arrival. It's anchoring the master plan from afar away, so you know when you're driving where you live. I live in Athlon. You have 5 pillars that you will see how we curated that experience in each and single one of them, and each one has its own flavor. And as you can see, we play a little bit with the heights to give a little bit of architectural expression, and it creates this nice portal effect with all of them. And most importantly, because we really care about our existing buyers in Athlon, whether it's the villas or the townhouses, it's very important that we had to really play with the active terraces, is what we call them, is that we cascade with the heights, not to keep the privacy of the villas alone, but in the end, give nice experience for the apartments as well. So you can see the cascading heights all the way from the townhouses to the highest point of Rise by Athlon. So Rise by Athlon, just a quick peek, little teaser of what your guys are about to see. So this is one of the state-of-the-art gym that we have 2 of across the community. It's not your everyday gym, by the way, as Karim was saying. This is something that you would love to be a part of. This is something that has not been done in a single community in Dubai before. We perfected it in the signature clubhouse, and we're even taking it a top notch further for our units in Rise by Athlon. And a little teaser here, you can see a lot of ramps that go up the podium that create a beautiful dynamic experience. And more on that, you can see how we integrated the active living terraces, that is not just your regular podium. It's not just a wall that you see and you don't want to be a part of, but it's well integrated horizontally and vertically onto our master plan. Part of our install is that we do not only cater for, let's say, buyers who do not have a demography, but we really cater for all the ages, interests in our community. So if you consider Athlon as being an active, dynamic community, we have the Athlonite, which is more about the fitness, challenging, and so on. You have the kid who wants more of a serene life, something more about lifestyle, meeting friends, meeting neighbors, and family. And of course, our most precious kids, and how we cater that experience for them. So all of those aspects, the users that we put in mind, were very important to us to cater for. So just a quick understanding, I want you to really take in why we curated this experience as such, considering that we have a very nice multi-family community, and how we can integrate this with the existing horizontal development and bring it up into Rise. So we have a lot of integrated buildings. And we have a lot of Instagrammable moments. For us, when we design, we really cater for our residents, how they feel when they are in our spaces. It's not your regular everyday Athlon or community that you're buying into, but you're buying into Athlon community and the Rise by Athlon. So you can see a lot of those moments. This is a golden hour of the bar building, as you can see. Here we have a moment where the gym sits within the bar building, and of course all the integrated vertical gardens with the Athlon podium deck, how it goes upwards into the living spaces. More of those moments. So here you can see how we have a lot of dynamic elements that connect all this together, and we have the Rise by Athlon. We have the movements of the ramps and the running tracks across the central park and how it's expressed with the architecture, and another view of our terraces and how it sits over there. And of course, we will never forget our kids, as we said earlier. So we have a lot of elements, a lot of curated moments in the central park. We have a dedicated playground and a little bit of a skate park for the adrenaline junkies out there, as well as the running tracks and the podium tracks. These are vertical quadrants that sit across so many spots of the podium deck, not just the podium, but also in the carving of the facade. So you can see how we create a lot of moments where you have a lot of shading, so all year round you can experience a nice weather, and you're always welcomed and encouraged to go outside and enjoy the view. For our Athlonites, you have again the running tracks and the cycling tracks that go all the way down. And here, those are the moments. Even the bar building gives you that floating effect. And over here on the podium deck, you have one of the curated experiences that each one of those towers has one of. So each one of those towers has dedicated amenity. Of course, you have access to all of them, but this is one of them, and you can see how everything's weaved together. You have a lot of openness and creates this beautiful wind tunnel effect to cool down the spaces, which is something that we are really proud of in ALDAR. And this is more of the serene moments on the other side of the podium. So we always took a lot of care when we took our landscape palette and vegetation palette to express our architectural design. More importantly, the segregation of the users. So on this side you can see the running track, the cycling track, and more for pedestrian friendly. So it's all curated. They're all working in harmony together without having to have a lot of interference between one another. So when we cater, we really cater for all of the three together. Iconic moments again of our gym. A view from one of the terraces that you can see on the towers. And here you can really understand how we prioritized the pedestrian experience and the cycling experience all the way to the central park. You can see how you're welcomed by the axial view and the portal of Rise by Athlon, and you can see how we created the stepping effects all across the podium, the bar building, and the tower. This is a view from the central park, so this is one of the uses that we have, a Zen park for the yoga enthusiasts. And a view from the central park of Athlon itself, where we have another yoga deck, and you can see the beautiful 5 pillars in the background. More of our skate park. And of course, for the kids, we have a nice splash pad you can use all year long for a little bit of adventure and excitement. A view from our pool, signature clubhouse on one side, and you can see the pedestrian bridge on the other side. This is the pool, and here you can see a lot of what I was explaining earlier, the integration between the users. So on one side you have the very formal, very beautiful, hospitality-driven drop-off with the triple height. You can see the dynamic flow of the landscape on the other side, and the playfulness of the facade terraces as well.
Heavyweight zone, a sort of conditioning hit, but not only that, it's not only happening indoor, it's also happening outdoors. Meaning that this, to us, to some who are more of a CrossFit challenges or want to do a more high-intensity workout, there is a space for you outside with a monkey bar, with a CrossFit sort of all established in the outside. But what does that also mean? Not only is it for the, let's say, the fitness individuals, but also I have a kid. He just turned 1 a few months ago, and every weekend I have to take him to some place where he can enjoy a kids' play area. Although I have one in my building, but I cannot use it. This is not the case here. Each and every building has its own kids' play area. That kids' play area is designed, equipped, managed, and invested by ALDAR to make sure that our residents, their kids, can and will enjoy that space. We also have a cinema room where you can enjoy your evening. We also have a golf simulator. None of that golf thing, just come to Athlon. We have a workshop I've never seen before. They're really catered for the residents of Athlon, of Rice. We have a rhythm room. If you want to play the piano, if you want to teach your kid how to play the flute, if you want to be a DJ yourself, listen, you can do that here. It's perfectly insulated, there's those who want to use it. And also we have co-working spaces that are not only... After all of that, I think a resident really needs time to relax. So we also have our relaxation zone, relaxation space, a place where you can take a massage, somewhere you can meditate, or just have a moment to yourself and recover after a strong workout. We also understand that it's not just about the gym and the athletes and the active spaces, but it's also about what the mind wants. And so we created the Mind and Body Library, where we're going to host and create events where speakers can teach people and talk to them about not just what they do in the gym, but what they do in the kitchen, right? It's just as important as what happens in the gym. And with that, these are the community amenities that we have in Athlon. And I bet you've never seen them before. Ayman will take you through the rest of the spaces inside. Please.
Thanks. All right. So now, for the exciting stuff that I know you guys are all waiting for. So let's look at the unit plans. So this is a quick view of our 3-bedroom living room. And for the first time, we're actually using a closed kitchen in some of our 3-bedroom units in ALDAR. The view from the bedroom, the master bedroom. Of course, it comes with a walk. All of our master bedrooms come with a walk-in closet, an in-suite bathroom. You can see here the closed kitchen along with the master bathroom. And here for the units that we have in Athlon. Typically, we have around 9 apartments per typical floor in the tower. We have 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, and 3 bedroom. And of course, we are very excited to announce the sizes of the units later on when Ziad do our SVP of sales. But for now, I'll just walk you through our main experience for all the apartments. So you enter, you're greeted by all of the beautiful view of Athlon. I mean, you have an open kitchen on one side, powder room on the left side, and then you have the living dining area, a huge terrace that includes a nice planter where you can use it to put your vegetation and create this nice effect. So this comes as part of the playfulness and the stagnance on the facade. On the right side, you have a closed laundry room, master bedroom with a walk-in closet and an in-suite bathroom. We have a type B in the tower. This is pretty much a similar layout, but more of the entry from the right side, but pretty much the same kind of layout all across. So these two are sitting within the tower. And then we have the type C, which is within the linear building, which is sitting across from the townhouses and the villas. Pretty much a similar layout, just a different design for the terrace. But of course, all of them come fully fitted with beautiful furniture, beautiful in-suite bathroom and walk-in closets. For the 2-bedroom, all of our 2 bedrooms in the tower are corner units. So this is something that we really curated properly. So when you're sitting in your living room, you have a 360 view, either to Athlon and Acres or Athlon and Global Village, but it's always a 360 view guaranteeing a lot of natural light, which is part of our main design ethos in any of our units. As you can see, a lot of glazing, a lot of natural light coming into the space. As you enter, you're greeted by a beautiful foyer with a beautiful space dedicated for artwork. You have dedicated shelves, you have a beautiful corridor that takes you at an open island kitchen, dining area, and a 360 corner of the glazing. You have a dedicated terrace for the master bedroom with the in-suite bathroom and the walk-in closet, and we're using his and hers for the in-suite. Little bit of a different layout, just a longer entry experience for the corridor. And we also were introducing for the first time in our Dubai project a dedicated maid's room for our 2 bedrooms. So you can see in the linear buildings we have a different layout that is dedicated with a maid's room. You can use it for a maid, you can use it as a study. but it's a nice space with its own bathroom. You can do whatever you would love with it. It comes with its own open kitchen, beautiful view, a much bigger terrace, and of course all of our 2 bedrooms come dedicated terrace for the master bedroom. For the 3 bedroom, we have a standard typical layout that comes in twofold. First is the closed kitchen, which we're introducing for the 3 bedrooms for the first time in Dubai. And on the other hand, you have a very generous L-shaped layout, which is sitting on top of the bar building, comes with a much bigger terrace. This is a very unique offer, and this is only 10 pieces of those. As you enter, you have our, let's say, standard, very spacious layout for our 3 bedrooms. 3 bedrooms, you have kitchen, dining area, living area. All of our bedrooms are en suite, whether it's closet and en suite bathroom. And on the other hand, for the 3 bedroom, you have for the master bedroom a huge his and hers en suite bathroom. So you can see here, you have 1 walk-in closet, 2nd walk-in closet, and a huge master bedroom on the outside. And as you can see, very, very generous, spacious layout for all your needs, whether it's family, 1 or 2 or 3. A palette of our finishes. And our curated a la carte services, ALDAR, for move-in, for PT services, for maid services all across. Every day we will pre-hand out a post-hand. This is our standard offering for ALDAR experience. And with that, I would like to hand over the mic to Ziad Dibu, our SVP of Sales.
Thank you Ayman, thank you Karim, and I'm sure, first of all, getting now to know more details on the sizes, payment plan of this project. So this project, the Rise by Athlon, we have 1 bedroom, as Karim mentioned, large, where you can enjoy living in it. We have 496 units of 2 bedroom, average area 136 square meter. 2 bedroom plus maid, we have only 16 units, and the average area is 162 square meter. The 3 bedroom plus maid, we have 166 unit, 198 square meter. For the payment plan, the payment plan for Rise by Athlon is a 60-40 payment plan. Down payment is 5%. So 5% today on booking, and the second payment is also 5% in December. So the second payment is in December 5%, then in April 26, another 5%. September 26, 5%. January 27, 10%. The 6th payment is in September 27, 10%. May 28, 10%. The 8th payment in January 29, 10%. And on handover, 40%. Pricing. The 1 bedroom start was all what we heard, and you see only 1,350,000. The 2 bedroom, 1,950,000. The 2 bedroom plus maid, starting prices 2,350,000. The 3 bedroom plus maid, 2,750,000. I think with what we've seen, the payment plan, the pricing, the sizing, it's a perfect project for each one of us, not only our customer, to live in the community with all these facilities. I will pass it now to Omar Shahata, head of broker management team, to give us more details and to give you more details on the process of booking.
Can we stand up for a second? Yeah, I think that's 1%. Let's try again.
Higher guys, higher, so we get better Commission, Omar? What do you think?
So Athlon is about activity, fitness, wellness and health. It's beyond just a residential project and it features well-being. And this important slide for you, please take a note of that. The launch of Rise by Athlon will be concluded on the 19th and 20th of September in 2 locations, in Abu Dhabi, in Yas Island in ALDAR Square, and in Dubai in the Agenda Media City, Dubai. Before, that's a very important slide for you because this will take you through the launch journey. So we will be having different cue points whenever you reach the launch for you and for your customers. Please make sure you take a note of that. The first slot will be from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and the first queue will be at 9 a.m. in the morning for those who book their appointments at 10. We won't be allowing any queuing or assembling outside the ALDAR offices or the launch in Dubai as well. And please make sure that you book the appointment yourself because once the appointment is booked, it cannot be swapped or changed for a different customer name. The broker QR code will be a mandatory requirement at the time of the launch. So please make sure you have an account in ALDAR.